So, this week's discussion question, you're looking at the causes of the War of 1812. Now, understand this. This is called the War of 1812. Why? Because it started in 1812. But what's happened in the past is some students look at this discussion and they want to write about the Chesapeake and Leopard affair and the Embargo Act. Well, that happened 5 years before, and those are not causes of the War of 1812. Yeah, this starts to stir the pot a little bit, but when I'm for a 2-paragraph discussion, or maybe 3, I'm looking at just basically what happened in 1812. So when we're looking at that, you got to look at probably what happened in the year of 1812, or maybe possibly 2 years prior to that. After all, it is called Mr. Madison's War. So anything that Jefferson did is not one of the causes of the War of 1812. So what are we looking for? Very specifically, we're looking at British impressment. And that's what probably sometimes students do, is they go and they look at the Chesapeake and Leopard affair and the purpose of the Embargo Act. And yes, impressment was part of it. The British impressment of U.S. sailors is a huge reason. The second is the war hawks. These are Southerners and Westerners who got elected into the Congress, and they're talking about American honor has to be upheld. Who were these war hawks specifically? Who was leading these charges that we have to declare war on Great Britain? Sometimes, as historians called it, our Second American Revolution. And there's also the importance of that eye on Canada and possible Florida. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking at the causes. Stick into that little time period. And this will go further as well, because you're going to have a discussion about what were the causes of the war with Mexico in 1846. Same thing. You always look at, when you're trying to answer a question of history that has to do with the causes of the war, basically within that little time period. Okay? So let's have a very good week.